Is Twitch gonna update? Let's go, Twitch. Are we live? Should be, maybe. It's thinking about it. Twitch is really thinking. Oh, there we go. Yo, what's up, everyone? We're back with another episode. Was it? I think it's episode 9.5, if
I
I'm
didn't
not
update my
mistaken.
wallpaper. Oopsie doopsie.
Nah, it's all good. We can change that later. We're back. We have there's a lot of like little stuff to talk about between NFL, the Sixers, the Jets, the college football stuff. Where do you want to start? We don't have to talk about BYU.
No BYU talk.
No BYU talk today.
I promise I can't guarantee Saturday there won't be BYU.
There will 100% be BYU talk on Saturday.
I will limit it. I will use my powers. Oh wait, I don't have those powers here. I can't mute him. I've done it before. I just mute him. Said, all right, you're gonna around the horn this. I'll be Tony Reale. Be like, nope.
You just start awarding points when someone says something good. I like that actually.
I want you to know I would love nothing more than to be able to like mute and award points on a hot take scale. Give me that power. I'll do it. I'll take over Tony Reale.
I like that. Honestly,
Dude,
that was one of my
canceling around the horn.
No way. That's terrible.
I think that they were, and I'm like, why? That show is great.
That is one of the few remaining shows at ESPN that's worth a damn. Like,
are they gonna get rid of?
Pardon the interruption.
PTI
that's the other one. Yeah, those were the two every day after school. Yep. PTI and Around the Horn.
My favorite thing about PTI is every time I hear something about Kornheiser, I just realize Kornheiser's just an old curmudgeon.
He is now. Yeah, he I mean, he was before, but he's
just leaned into it more, and I love it.
Yeah. That one I understand getting rid of because the guys are in their 70s and they've been doing stuff for a while. Around the Horn is set up in a way where you could just rotate that show. Like,
yeah, but there's some legends of that show.
Like Woody Page, man, Denver
Woody
Post
Page
reporter.
Post?
Yeah.
There was a Twitter account called Woody Page's Whiteboard. It was just like pictures of his whiteboard. Oh, dude, is that one still around? Because that was a great follow back in the day.
God, Woody Page, man.
Yeah, it was Woody. Oh, it's still there. Woody Page. It's called. It's called Woody Page's BBC, but Blackboard comedy.
That's funny. He is not at the Denver Post anymore. He's at the Gazette. He left 8 years ago. That's how little I pay attention to newspapers. My God.
My favorite. I like how his thing once said in the background, "Good advice, never take my advice." Goodest sports writer. It's another one. All it is just Woody quotes Cosmo brain fart.
His quotes are good. That was his chalkboard.
A guy walked into a bar and said, "Ow." Sarcasm, because arguing with these jokers is boring.
Oh yeah, this website has the daily whatever. Every single
website.
Yeah, there's a website that has day by day what his
chalkboard says.
Yeah, what his board is. I'm polling way ahead in the state of confusion. That's incredible. High school.
I really hope. I want to know where he got them from.
He's got to have like one of those booklets that they sell at like Barnes and Noble that has like quotes of the day, and you like rip off a page and throw it in the trash, and it has the date. Like,
my death has been a living hell.
Attention, I'm selling 2 Bitcoin. Send me 2 dimes and a nickel. Incredible.
It's getting late, vote early. Today I showed up too late to extrapolate. Pedro Woodrow, yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, he is.
With politicians speaking in Colorado Day, could be seen a Bora Bora all of us.
Yeah, he is the one of the craziest guys on that show. Well, that is sad. I don't want that show to go away, but
attention, I'm selling 2 Bitcoin. Send me 2 dimes and a nickel.
All right, well,
I don't believe in being muted. My mic should always be hot so I can interrupt other debaters. These would be great song titles.
It would be. They sound like a Panic at the Disco song title, where the song title's just way too long. Yeah.
I had an idea when I was in like garage bands that I wanted to make a song title as long as the song, so you could only read it once. So like the
Pretty
minute the
good. Just
song
make it the
ended,
lyrics of the
it would
song with no chorus type of thing. I like. I mean,
maybe. Or I just wanted to have it continue, like this song title is ridiculously long and it won't end, and this had the last sentence. Now the song ends when this ends, and just boop. You can never say the full thing, so it take you 3 minutes.
That's hilarious.
I spent 3 weeks. Well, the last 3 weeks as a mini camp counselor. All right, I'm gonna name this I'm gonna start naming the episodes just Woody Page quotes.
Just go through, find the best ones. Yeah, I like that.
Here are some good ones. Producing podcast AI and AI. Allen Iverson, artificial intelligence. Okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna say these randomly, so I hope you're ready for this.
So, which one of those do you think would fit the New York Jets situation? Apparently, the owner wants to bench Aaron Rodgers or something like that.
Hold on.
Which is incredible. I know I saw another thing. They're looking for a divorce, quote unquote. This offseason, it's like, no shit.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I can repair TVs. Unplug, wait 15 seconds, plug them in again, then repeat. That's how
there we go. Fantastic.
Maybe. That seemed like it fits.
It does. They unplugged, get a new head coach, and then plug it back in. Maybe it'll work. I saw something today that Rex Ryan says he's the only one that could save the Jets, more or less, which is incredible. Quote by him.
To be fair, he is the last one to get him to relevancy.
That's what's crazy is that you're right, and that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we were in high school or college when that happened.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
It really is, right?
That's so bad. Well, the Jets are hilariously bad.
It's getting worse.
Worse, yeah. No, it has not been getting better at all. They're 3-8. Like I mean, Anthony Richardson, he beat him.
Yep.
He had a good game. 20 for 30. That's not bad.
You know, I got told because I was sick on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I was told in my fantasy football group chat that I was silent after having a quarterback for a game. Like, I was sick. I slept. I think I saw like 3 plays of football total on Sunday.
That sucks.
Like, I slept through. I saw the end of the witching hour.
Right.
So
that's the best part.
So basically, I just got it on like crack. Either it was fantastic or awful. I don't know which. But it was like, I'd even check my fantasy team, and it was like, I see the Lions are doing it again, and then now they play me, and I'm like, hey, can you not hurt me as much?
The Lions are disgusting.
Like, I'm expecting my teeth to get kicked in, but I'm just like, can we keep them under 40?
No, you're gonna give up 52 points and be happy about it.
As long as it's not 72, we're good.
Wait a minute. Has the Jags coach not been fired yet?
Peterson, no.
What? What? Like, why not? Before that game, I had read something saying like his future will depend on that game, and then they get blown out 52-6. Like,
it's kind of messed up.
To fire him.
They think he was gonna win.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Kind of setting up for failure. But even if you lose by 7, you're like, hey, we gave them a good game against the best team in the NFL. But they got their asses blown out, dude.
But I mean, is it Doug's fault?
I mean, probably not all his fault, but we know how this works.
Because the whole thing
there needs to be a scapegoat.
But I mean, too, they're saying like, they replaced Doug with Bill. It's like, is Bill gonna really fix it? Come on now.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I would bet on Bill Belichick more than pretty much every other coach in the league to be able to fix it.
Because they're saying like the 2 coaches that are going to come back are going to be Bill Belichick and Brian Vrabels.
Honestly, Vrabel's the guy. Like, whoever gets him, they're
Probably.
in great
That
shape.
seems like a New York. That seems like New York because that's what
He
they
might
need,
be one of the
honestly.
few guys that could save the Jets. Vrabel's an
That's what's
awesome
culture.
coach. I don't know why the hell Tennessee would fire him.
I don't know because they wanted somebody new. I don't know.
I
To be fair,
understand,
but they underperformed in a conference that is very average.
yeah, but their quarterback sucks. Like, what else? What else is he supposed to do when
Well, he said, well,
Ryan
he did
Tannehill
say,
is your saving grace?
to be fair, he did say he'd lose his penis or something for a Super Bowl, so at least he doesn't have to do that.
That's true, I guess. Like that when that day comes, it'll be interesting, I guess. But
You want to have a press conference?
how you doing, man? Well, I lost my member today. Like,
but I want a Super Bowl.
I'm going to Disney World, dude.
Why can't you be like Andy Reid and just eat a big cheeseburger?
Andy Reid he's the man.
And I'm convinced that's what he did. He just went to his hotel and got a big bacon cheeseburger.
Honestly, he probably went to Epcot and just ate around the world. That's what I would do.
That's a great way.
That sounds amazing. I love Epcot. That place is great.
Never been.
It's
all I know is drinking around the world isn't as expensive as you think it is.
No, it's really not that bad, and you can get.
They did under $100. I think I saw a TikTok. It was under $100 for a drink at every bar.
Yeah.
But I think they do that. I wonder if they slightly do it purposely.
Yeah, because then you end up buying a bunch of food, which is more expensive. You end up spending a bunch of money on souvenirs that you don't need. Like,
but what if you bring snacks?
You're still gonna buy food.
I used to do.
You're still gonna buy food there.
I bring. But what if you went to Buc-ee's before? I don't know if there's a Buc-ee's nearby. There should be.
Buc-ee's is that a gas station?
Yeah, it's like Love's.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
But it's got that big ass beaver.
Yeah, what you're talking about. I was like, we don't have that here.
Yeah, we have Love's, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't even know what we have. I don't go to places. I don't go to gas stations like that, so I don't even know.
You're not do road trips?
No, I don't. I live in Denver. The closest city is like 10 hours away. Like seriously, the closest city to me is Kansas City. I never thought of that. It's so far away from everything.
You know what? I never thought of that. You're just you're road tripless because you're just too far away from everything.
We're too far away from everybody. Everything is, if you're going to another major city that isn't Denver, Colorado Springs, or Fort Collins, it's at least a 2-day trip. Like,
and you're just like not doing that.
It's like I'm just gonna drive 4 hours to DIA and fly the rest of the way.
There you go.
Go see Lucifer while we're there.
Who the hell is Lucifer?
Okay, just look up Denver Airport Blue Horse. Hopefully they have a picture at night. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So
why does it say Blue Horse, Red Eyes?
It's because it has red eyes. It is a demon horse as you drive into.
Oh, unholy hell!
As you drive to the airport. And you split between the north and south terminals as you're driving to departures and arrivals. That is in the fork of the road is Lucifer, and it's horrifying at night.
I like how I found a picture of it from the front and it just says Lucifer vandalized. And I'm like, You know what? Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, it is. When people are like, the Illuminati lives in DIA Airport, I'm like, you know what? Maybe. It kind of, It
kind of looks like an Elden Ring boss. If I'm being honest with you. There's a picture of this thing near with a thunderstorm behind it. Like that thing's conjuring that thunderstorm.
And allegedly, it killed its sculptor. Is that true or is that just a rumor?
Oh.
Yeah, a section of it fell on the sculptor at the studio while it was being made. So this thing is cursed.
That wasn't it. So that wasn't a hint.
No, it was.
How old is this thing?
It's been there since 2008. It's been there for like almost 20 years at this point. 15 years. So
32 tall fiberglass sculpture.
Yeah, it killed its sculptor Luis Jimenez. Rest in peace.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Is the horse a killer?
It is. It is.
I guess it asks. It's like that part is true, but is it cursed? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's not doing anything in its favors.
Yep, it is. So yeah, if you ever go to DIA Airport, Lucifer, incredible piece of art.
Oh, I know. I know where to avoid that.
But anyway, let's talk about a not so scary Bronco. Bo Nix. He's for real, dude.
Are you a believer?
I'm a believer now. I was trying not to be a believer because I don't want to be hurt again.
Are you actually going to start watching Broncos games again?
I've been watching them all year. I don't think I've missed a snap, honestly.
CJ's back.
I'm back. 307 yards, 28 for 33, so 5 incompletions. 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 145 passer rating. That's incredible.
Only with one wide receiver.
That's so good. With one wide receiver, Cortland Sutton. Though, Devon Vele's been pretty good this year. And little Jordan Humphrey's been kind of good. So,
you know what? It's going to be great to make the playoffs and get bounced in the first round, but you're like, but we got there.
We got there. It's been 10 years. I just want to get there. I don't care if we get blown out.
Magically.
Yeah.
And if somehow you win magically, Brandon Perna might actually die of excitement.
I'm just saying, we had Tim Tebow and beat the Steelers in the playoffs in overtime.
Who would you be playing? Wait, who would you be playing if the
playoffs were to start today? That is a good question. Playoff. We're the 7 seed, so we'd end up playing the Steelers, I think, because the
that's
Chiefs...
funny.
No, we'd play the Bills because the Chiefs would get the bye.
I was gonna say, if you beat the
the Chiefs would get the bye, so we would
game?
Yeah, well, that would be hilarious because we would destroy him. But yeah, we would end up playing the Bills right now. Oh, I think so. Yeah, we destroy the Steelers in the playoffs because Tim Tebow's magic is on our side, or was. So I imagine that just carries over to Bo Nix. So, but we have a quarterback, so I'm happy.
There's a chance you could be the 6th seed, honestly.
There is, because we're basically a game back of the Ravens and the Texans.
How are the Colts the 8th seed? What the hell?
The AFC, outside, from the Colts down, just suck. That's how.
No, I'm aware. I guess we're just the best of the crap, huh?
Kinda.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose again, so we'll be 5-7.
You're one of 3 or 4 mid teams in the AFC, because the bottom 6 teams are terrible. And then you have 3 or 4 mid teams, and then you have the 6 good teams.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah, go Broncos! We're making the playoffs. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Get in first, then.
I'll get it, and then we'll win. Sean Payton, Magic, Bo Nix.
If you somehow beat the Bills, that'd be something.
It would. I also want to point out. Hold on, I had Bo Nix's stats up. So Bo Nix, since week 2, hold on, give me a second. So, week 1 he had 2 picks. Week 2 he had 2 picks. Since then he has 14 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and 3 rushing touchdowns.
Well, he figured it out.
He figured it out. He figured out how to play football, and I couldn't be happier. We have a quarterback now.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when his knee explodes.
It sure will. Yeah, I'm ready to be hurt again. But you know what? I accept it because there's hope now. There wasn't before.
You don't have Russell Wilson.
I don't have Russell. And the Danger Witch, dude. You should probably eat some of those because it's kind of cold out there.
Whoa.
It'll warm them up out in the snow, dude.
Whoa.
That's spicy.
It wasn't even spicy.
No, banana peppers.
I'm never gonna get over that.
I can't. It's incredible.
That damn liar.
I can't believe that got approved by the marketing team at Subway.
I can't believe his marketing team approved it.
I know, right? You would think one of them would be like, "Hey, you look like a tool. Maybe we should stop with this stuff." But no,
kind of look like a psychopath.
It kind of does.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's a little too dangerous. You know, this one time? No. I did high knees in a plane coming back from England. Entire flight home.
Them lunges, dude. He's just lunging.
The London lunges.
It'd be cool if he took a few less sacks. I wonder if that would have helped. All right.
Maybe.
Is there anything else NFL we want to talk about? I don't know if there's any games that look particularly interesting. I haven't really looked at the schedule.
There's the Harbaugh Bowl on Sunday, or on Monday night?
It is Monday night. Yeah, it's always fun. But even then, we're just kind of waiting for, I don't know, 3 weeks from now when the playoff races actually start happening. Like,
yeah.
So, all right. Do we want to talk Sixers?
I've never seen a team implode like this.
It is incredible how, one, they can't even all get on the court at the same time. And then,
which you kind of figured it would happen.
Right, given that it's Paul George and Joel Embiid. Obviously a history of injuries. But then that team meeting with the leaks, incredible.
Oh, stellar.
And then Paul George then posting his podcast today with going over everything that happened. So it's almost like it's not even like, it's just to drum up like talk.
I don't think he cares.
I mean, he cares enough to make a podcast about the hot news story within 24 hours.
But the whole thing is like for him, if he's that pissed off, he just says, just trade me.
You talking Paul George or Joel Embiid?
Both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, Joel Embiid, like, the fact that he had to have his teammates call out his tardiness, considering he's been in the league for 10 years and has already won an MVP, is incredible. That, like, by year 10 or whatever, you haven't figured out, like, hey, maybe I should be the leader of this team. Like, maybe set an example for some younger players. Like, this is why I'm so thankful for Jokic. I don't have to deal with this shit. Like, Jokic comes in, he does his job, he gets better every year, and
he goes back to
his horses. He goes back to Serbia, gets drunk and dances for the summer, and it's great. Like, I'm on board.
I don't know what's more entertaining to me. That the Sixers being 2-14 or whatever the hell they are.
Worst record in the league. Yep.
Worst record in the league. Or LaMelo getting fined for saying no homo.
So LaMelo Ball is a good basketball player, but he strikes me as an absolute dumbass. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
An absolute dumbass.
And the whole thing is, he didn't mean any ill will by it.
No.
That's what the funny part about it is
because he's a dumbass. Like,
I'm like, he's still a kid.
He's still a kid, but at the age of 22, 23, come on. Like,
I mean, what should
do you not have someone being like, hey, maybe you shouldn't say shit like that because it's, one, not cool, and two, like, very much frowned upon in our society nowadays, in addition to being not cool.
What's funny is you know who Izzy Gutierrez is, right?
I do not. Who is that?
He's an ESPN. He did floor stuff for ESPN NBA Fridays or whatever.
Okay.
But okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is, one, he's a very gay man.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And he went on and talked about this on the Dan Le Batard show. And he's like. And he was making the comment of, he was mainly talking about the fine, but he's like, but his entire bit was, I find it funny that you're fining a guy for basically making a bad joke. And his entire point was, one, it was a bad joke, but two, he's like, it's making it worse than reality because now you're thinking about it.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, honestly, if the NBA didn't fine him, we would not know about it. Because who in the hell is watching a Charlotte Hornets post-game interview? There's like 5 people on the planet that are watching that.
Yeah, it went viral, but it was just mainly like, it was just more like, yeah, okay, yeah. Because it's like, there's one or two ways that's going to go. He either is going to say something like that and just have this incredibly awkward pause.
Right.
Or he's going to do something like that because he knows that it's either going to be an awkward pause or something. And it's like, all right, whatever, I'll take the fine.
Yeah, like,
because there is no way to work yourself out of that situation. Because you either just be like, oh, we're just loaded. Just like,
well, the thing is, he could have just said it and no one would have batted an eye, except for some degenerates on the internet.
Just say like, we were front loaded and we just did our thing. We just or you know what I would have done in that situation? Been like, yeah, we were front loaded. We just held up and we didn't reach our high point. We didn't climax, if you will, until we needed to.
There you go. See,
just
roll with it. Just roll with the bit. That's the way to handle it. 100%.
Just make it worse because they're gonna find you like, what are you talking about? I was just talking basketball. Yeah. It's because I said climax.
No, that has uses in the English language besides sexual things.
Yeah.
But I
think it's because he caught himself and because he paused and then said it. I think that's what the problem was.
Maybe
you have to just go through it, but he's also an idiot.
I was gonna say it feels like that's just kind of like part of his lexicon. Which 15 years ago, like I'm sure you were the same way, and I was the same way. Like because we didn't know any better because we were dumbass kids.
I never really, it's funny. Everything that's like bad, I never necessarily said.
I feel like me and my group of friends said stuff like that, but we also were stupid and didn't know
the funny part. Cool. See, I think the funny part was because I did like improv and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing was we usually just fight through the awkward or just let it linger because we thought that was funny.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And saying it and not acknowledging it's funnier somehow, where it's just like you just sort of just let it sit there,
right?
For like the comedic effect, because if you acknowledge, it's sort of like the that's what she said thing, like that she said thing's kind of not funny, but if you just let it linger,
right? But that one, but the context for that one is different because it isn't necessarily marginalizing anyone, whereas the other one is like it can be construed that way, like whether it is or not, like whatever. That's not for me to decide, right? But like the connotation to it could be poor, whereas that's what she says, whatever, you know. Like
we have to just be like, would you say it in a Call of Duty lobby or not?
Right, and if the answer is yes, then you probably shouldn't say it, right? Like,
is that the bar demarcation at this point?
But yeah, and part of it too is like LaMelo. It seems like that's just how he speaks, because earlier in there he also had one where he dropped an F-bomb during the post-game interview and like didn't even think about it. So like I said, I think he's just a dumbass, and he just needs to kind of grow up a little bit, kids. Right?
That's probably part of it.
Yeah, like, and it's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's just like, hey, that is not cool to say. This is why you got fined. Please learn from this. Like, it's not hard to not use that language. Don't say into a hot mic, you dumbass. Yeah, especially that. But even in general, it's not hard to not use that language. Personally, like,
I know, like I said, I remember somebody saying I just remember somebody saying they were using the F word and having to think, oh, it's not just that one anymore. We have to decide which one is it.
Yeah. So yeah, LaMelo, he's really good at basketball, but a bit of a dumbass.
Yeah,
it's true. Again, he's 23, so like I understand being a dumbass at 23. I get it.
He drove in today in the Mystery Machine Hummer, so
the Mystery Machine? You're talking Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine Hummer?
Yes.
What? Hold on. Wait, this is one that's like army print and orange on the inside. That is... Wait, oh, here it is. You better show me a picture, Fox Sports. There's no way you do not have a picture in your article.
I saw it.
I see it. It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's incredible, actually. I love that. He's got matching shoes, too. Good for him. But yeah, Philadelphia's imploding, and that's incredible. And I love it, because I think it's really funny. Who do you think the mole is?
Oh, my God.
That's the question.
What if it's Paul George, because he wants the podcast, because he wants his podcast to do better?
Could be Paul George. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen his podcast nearly as much as I did like 6 months ago in my feeds and stuff. So it could be podcast is
CJ. I have breaking news.
Yeah, is it snowing?
We have our first snow game of the year, baby.
This is incredible.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, it's snowing now. Hell yeah.
It is white. This is football weather. Jameis Winston.
Incredible.
I hope you enjoy.
Incredible.
This is legitimately football weather.
That's
By the way, the Lakers look good.
They do. Dalton Connect. He had 37 points last night or the night before?
My king.
Yeah. He I was watching I watched the highlights of his third quarter where he hit like 5 threes in a row. That man was just chucking them. It was good. It was good. I'm glad you guys have a real talent for getting white guys in the mid to late first round.
You know what? Someone has to, and I'm glad it's us.
And you know what I learned yesterday is Dalton Connect. He is from Colorado, so I am a fan now.
So now you're like, he has to come home.
He does. Eventually, he's going to come home. Just like Luka Doncic will.
Oh, God.
They're all going to come home.
You know, if that...
Come play with our serving king.
I'm gonna be...
Come play with it. Did you hear... There was a story that came out that apparently the Nuggets were trying to trade for the pick with the Kings to get Luka Doncic during that draft. They were trying to offload their first rounder, Gary Harris, and like a couple other pieces. And Vlade Divac decided not to do it. And now I'm mad at Vlade Divac for not doing it. Because we could have had Luka
now you have
and
another reason to
Jokic
hate it.
for
So now you have
years.
another reason to hate Luka. So now you have another reason to hate Vlade Divac.
Yeah, besides the fact he was a Laker, though I liked him with the Kings. That Kings team back in the 2000s was so fun.
It was a great rivalry, but they sucked.
They were good. They made some deep-ish playoff runs, and they were fun to watch.
They always lost to the Lakers, so for me, they sucked.
Mike Bibby, that was the guy, man.
Dude, Mike Bibby's shorts to his ankles were just a...
I love Mike Bibby. He's incredible.
Chef's kiss.
Him and Doug Christie, man.
Doug Christie. Chris Webber.
Yeah, I remember Chris Webber. He's good, too. All right. But yeah. Lakers are good. No, I mean, the Nuggets are good. Nuggets finally won without Nikola Jokic last night or the night before. It was the night before.
Yeah, I saw the thing where it's like when Jokic is on, they're amazing. When Jokic isn't there, they suck.
Yeah, pretty much. We lost 2 straight without Jokic,
which is amazing.
We won on Tuesday. Russell Westbrook had his 200th career triple-double.
I saw that, and I couldn't care any less.
My triple-double king. Jokic will come take that crown soon, but he can hold it for a little bit.
I could not care any less.
I know you hate Russell Westbrook, but I like him a lot on the team, actually. His shooting numbers are bad, but my God, he at least does stuff. That's all I can ask for. Because our bench for the last couple of years just doesn't do shit, so he tries. He plays his ass off. And hopefully Jokic is back soon. His wife's been having a baby for like a week, so I'm a little concerned.
I'm just waiting for, you know what? I'm just waiting. I've accepted my hell of Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic playing together at some point.
Good. Except
I know it's gonna happen. Because I know it's gonna happen. Mark Cuban will piss him off somehow.
100%. I mean, they keep losing. You know, it may not just be Mark Cuban. They're 8-7. They're 9th in the West right now.
Of course, you're like,
they missed the playoffs.
Keep going.
Just keep
coming. I'm ready.
Maybe Kyrie will do a classic Kyrie thing and say something weird, and then it'll destroy the vibe they got going there.
Kyrie's gonna show up in a MAGA hat and just piss off Cuban.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, because Kyrie is that type of free thinker.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think that's the real amazing thing. How has Kyrie stayed quiet since he's been in Dallas?
Honestly been. I didn't. If I was a betting man, I would not have bet he would have been quiet for this long, because I did not like the move to begin with, because I do not trust Kyrie not to implode your franchise within 6 months of being there.
And he's made it.
And he's done it. You know what? Credit to him. He is kept. I think
New York just does things to
himself. It could have just been just being in Brooklyn. May have been.
Brooklyn, Boston started and Brooklyn sealed it.
Yeah, like,
because we all know Boston's a very racist town.
It's true. Like, I that's fine if you have dumbass thoughts like Kyrie does. Like, Michael Porter Jr. has some of those thoughts too. But usually they're pretty good at keeping those in, and not.
You don't say, yeah, you
yelling them to the world. People. Yeah, exactly. Like Michael Porter Jr. Like every once in a while say something on his podcast, and you're like, hey bud. Let's not do that.
Can you not?
Can you not? I would rather not have one of those. Dumb thoughts, stay inside.
Just write down a piece of paper and slide it to your producer.
Right, and be like, is this okay? And they'll be like, no.
How about this? No. How about this?
Maybe.
That's just a bad take.
Bad take, but acceptable.
Like, Arby's is delicious.
Every once in a while, though, when it's been a while, Arby's is pretty good.
I like Arby's.
Yeah, I'll put down a couple roast beef sandwiches. Yeah, some jalapeno poppers, dude.
They got the meat.
I do have the meats. All right, I don't think I really have anything else. We can talk the college football stuff on Saturday with Bryce.
No more BYU talk.
No more BYU talk. We'll just talk about how Colorado is.
I'm a good host. I won't watch USC UCLA at 7:30.
Because you don't want to.
Yeah, well, beside the point.
Like, your team has hurt you too much.
Yeah, do I care? Absolutely not. Am I glad that the number 2 quarterback in the class went to Colorado instead of USC? a little bit because I want Lincoln Riley fired.
That's true. That actually does help your case
So
to get
I'm
him
like,
fired. Losing a number 2 recruit like that, yeah.
But I don't think it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it doesn't. The whole thing is I've never been one of these like when they say, "Oh, I committed." I'm like, that doesn't mean jack.
No, it doesn't. It's not until what is it, National Letter of Intent Day or whatever when they're kind of locked in. Like, there's a point where they have to be. But apparently, this number 2 recruit guy is reclassifying and coming to campus in January. So he doesn't have a whole lot of time to flip if he's going to flip again. And they
can transfer anyway.
They could transfer anyway, right?
Which is sort of like I don't think any of this matters because like the number 1 guy's going to Michigan and like that makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, that's a good point with the transfer portal. How it is, like guys will just move whenever for any reason at any time. So like, who gives a shit? Honestly,
I remember being in this conversation and I bring it up and Bryce just rolls his eyes when he was bitching about parity and the NIL.
Oh, he was what about parity? Was he not? He didn't think he would make parity?
No, all he said was his exact words were, "All it's going to do is make the rich teams richer and the poorer teams poor." I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's going to spread things out. It's going to give you a better product overall.
It will
because it's going to make if a team knows that a player's out there because it doesn't matter it doesn't matter in the NFL as long as you're good, you're going to get drafted.
Yep.
It'll spread it out because these guys, instead of going to USC and sitting behind somebody, they can go to like
to UAB or whatever and
a random school.
Mm-hmm. They can make bank because they're a starter, right? They're not 5th on the depth chart where no matter how highly touted of a prospect you are, the NIL money's not coming your way.
That was my point to begin with. And it's like this whole thing of like, oh, it needs to be capped. No, it doesn't need cap. You know why? Because it's going to work itself out because at some point you can't pay everybody. And that was my point to begin with was you can't pay everyone.
Right, yeah, no, the NIL is spreading things out, and which I think can be seen this year based on like
more.
There is one undefeated team, right? It's Oregon, and we still have 2 weeks left. Like usually, it feels like there's 2 or 3 more, honestly. And also there's a bunch of teams with 2 losses that are in the top 10. Like
so
it's spreading things out 100%.
You're seeing it evening out. So I think the fear of like, oh, it's only gonna be the rich teams that do it. I'm like, no, I knew that from the beginning. That wasn't the case,
right?
Because at some point it's just gonna be, hey, I can play and make money. I'm gonna play and make money.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't matter where the school is, but yeah.
That was my point. And I know we've talked about it ad nauseum, but every time I'm like, that's not how this works. There doesn't need to be governance. You know why? Because money dries up.
The money's gonna even if there was a governance, the money's gonna find a way to get around the governance. So it honestly
already has. That was my point.
Yeah, it was already doing that. So like,
I'm like, bro,
might as well just say, hey, go
one of
for
my
it.
PE coaches in high school was the guy who handed out the money at USC games.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a friend who saw him literally do it. I'm like,
yeah,
what it is. Like that doesn't magically make it worse. Like,
no, it was already pretty bad. I don't think you could make it worse.
All you did is you put it out in the sunlight.
Yeah, you made it so it wasn't so sketched, and everyone was on a more even playing field. The people who weren't doing it now get to go ahead to do it, and now everyone's doing it.
Now, if you're smart, I'm telling you, you want to win the SEC, get a deal with Waffle House. All you can eat. There you go. You'll get every lineman you can.
That is true, actually. Those trenches would be stacked.
I have said that from day one. I'm like, someone get a deal with Waffle House and the SEC.
That is true. You just got to find the right sponsorships for your program, and you are set, dude. Because college students are stupid. They're going to be like, free meals. Let's go.
There's a guy in Florida who said it was like, hey, we got to deal with the restaurant. You can have like tater tots or some shit. I'm like, that's the shit I want to hear as a recruit. Where's the free food?
Exactly. It's brilliant. Like, the money's great, but
I said in my text chat, I'm like, USC needs an In-N-Out deal.
Ooh,
and I In-N-Out deal with burgers and stuff. Like, that's what we need to do. This is how you get these kids.
Colorado should do Chipotle. There we go.
You know what?
Athletes love Chipotle.
Kids want? You know what college kids want? Free food.
That's true. That's what I wanted in college. That is facts, though.
Just free food.
Just free food.
Yep.
All right.
I think that's
it. Thank you for watching. We'll be back on Saturday. We'll try to do not as much BYU, but honestly, there's no guarantees. Bye.
He's got his own goddamn podcast.
That's
he can do it there.
He does.